UNCDF's new book is called Local Government Finance is Development Finance. Development means the pursuit of economic growth with the purpose of promoting health, happiness, realization, and prosperity. Economists from across the political spectrum have identified a correlation between productivity and development. Economic policy is designed accordingly. Yet, two disruptions have broken this analysis. The first is the climate and environmental crisis, which means that productivity alone is not sufficient. There can be no future for any of us without a healthy and livable planet. The second disruption is rapidly accelerating urbanization. There can be no future without getting towns and cities right. This is not yet happening. Rapidly urbanizing countries experience low productivity, environmentally unhealthy towns and cities due to chronic underinvestment in local infrastructure and services. Towns and cities in already urbanized countries struggle with the incremental cost of adapting to climate change and contributing to net zero emissions. Therefore, we need an urban transition in addition to the productive transition and green transition. This requires a significant increase in urban infrastructure investment for two reasons. On the one hand, economic history teaches us that productivity in rapidly urbanizing places requires fixed capital formation. In other words, infrastructure. On the other hand, already urbanized and relatively productive locations need extensive investment for their green transition. The book provides examples of the transformation we need in our towns and cities. The book then examines how the current policy on development finance is not making this happen. The resources are there, but the current arrangements are not able to deliver them at scale. In fact, local government finance is development finance, and we need a financial ecosystem that works for cities and local governments if we are to survive and thrive. The book highlights 5 essential reforms to trigger the required capital flows. 1. Increased fiscal transfers to local governments as an effective instrument of national development, particularly for the deployment of climate finance. 2. Enhanced scope for local government taxation, fees and asset management to boost local fiscal space. 3. Expanded domestic capital markets for long-term debt finance and recycling of domestic savings through local government bonds. 4. Patient city-friendly equity finance to provide stable and city-friendly partnerships. 5. A global guarantee funds for cities to defray sovereign liability on sub-national finance. Sounds impossible? The book explains how the alternative is unthinkable because countries cannot borrow enough to finance the required infrastructure, and the private sector on its own cannot deliver. The proposed reforms free up both global and national capital for the required investment. The book provides an analysis and policy agenda for a healthy planet, a roadmap of how to get there, and practical examples of how we are already on the way. Read it and get on board the Malaga Coalition.